Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The First Watch. My name is Andrew Coons. I'm our humble DM for this adventure. Very excited to be jumping into another episode tonight. The party is split 3 ways right now, and lots of fun stuff going on, but we'll get to that in just a moment. We're going to start by popcorning it around, and true to my word, before we started recording, we're going to start with Darby.
Hi, my name is Darby, otherwise known as Chaotic Darby on the internet. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter under that handle. And tonight I am playing Peony, your lovable artificer, only an artificer, definitely not a Drake Warden Ranger halfling. And her familiar Petal. I will popcorn it to Dana.
Great, that's me. Hi, my name is Dana. I'm playing Artemis Valor, Asimar Wizard. You can find me on the internet at a bit meddlesome, and I'm gonna popcorn it to Joe.
Hey everybody, I'm Joe. I'm playing Malachite, the Earth Genasi Artificer. I had to think about it for a second. I will throw it to Blake.
Hello everybody, I'm Blake playing Grokus Darkbringer, the Dwarf Cleric. Why do you make me forget, Joe? What the heck?
No one knows who they are.
I think I play that character.
What are we playing?
We'll see as it goes. I think we're playing Dragons and Dungeons. I'm gonna pass it to Casey.
Yo, what's up, guys? I am Casey. I'm playing Uranus, the half-elf bard, Bardlock. I'm just gonna start calling him a Bardlock. I'm on Twitter at Casey McNeil. Just the letters KC. Nothing against those CASEY people, and I'm going to pass it to Cheryl.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Cheryl. You can find me on the internet as the Roving Naturalist, and I'm playing Pry, the Tiefling Rogue, on the side of a wall. Back to you, Andrew.
That is where you are, yes. All right, well, make sure to follow the channel, like and subscribe, leave comments. We love hearing from folks on what they thought about the episodes. But without any further ado, we're going to get right into tonight's episode of The First Watch. The party is split 3 ways. After having some time on your hands in order to take care of chores and other things, you all decided to kind of split up and take care of different things independently of each other. So we find ourselves in 3 different areas about the city. Underneath the city, in the mine, we find Peony and Malachite working feverishly to uncover the mysteries of the Dwarven Forge that you have all uncovered. Now, through the use of some coal heart, this stone or crystal that seems to conduct magic or heat or something, you've placed some of that in the forge and put some fire to it, and have gotten in this long row of machines that's maybe 11, 12 deep. You've gotten the first 4 machines to turn on, and the Dwarven Forge is starting to come to life a little bit as gears are moving and pistons are pumping, and runes are starting to light up on the machinery and whatnot. Back up above ground, in a tattoo parlor called Wardings, we find Grokus and Artemis. Grokus getting a full back tattoo at the moment from the Tabaxi tattoo artist Second Chance. And Grokus, you did not do so great on your con save and are dealing with the ramifications of that. There's a lot of pain with this tattoo, but no pain, no gain. And you are getting the names of your compatriots and some text around the idea of balance inscribed on you for permanent memory. Artemis, you are also kind of eyeing some of the artwork in the area and striking up conversation with Second Chance about other tattoos he might have to offer, but we'll get to that soon. And then back up on the top shelf of the 3-shelfed city, we find Pry and Uranus, both at the magic shop, Winmar's Wizarding Wonders, but on different sides of the wall, as Uranus has been invited to the back room by Winmar himself to talk about the potential of a sponsorship for him or the group in order for some discounts on items in the shop and some branding opportunities for Winmar. However, on the outside of the building, trying to sneak around and find out what she could find, Pry has found herself clinging to the side of the building, looking through a window as you watch Uranus and Winmar walk through into this back room, and your face is just kind of right there. So as we pick up tonight, we're going to bounce back and forth between our groups until such time that you all reconvene, but we're going to start here in Winmar's. So Pry, you see them coming in, and your face is currently quite visible. What are you doing?
I think last time I had said I was going to kind of like drop and like try to hang from the windowsill, and Uranus had also said that he noticed me and was using his cloak of billowing.
Yep, kind of billows the cloak out to block and hide you, which I believe worked to some degree. So
yeah, so she's just like fingertips on the like straight arm hanging. Like
okay. You can hear muffled voices from inside as Winmar brings you in, Uranus, and says, I do rather love the idea of some sort of branding opportunity, something to get the name out there a little more. Everybody knows about Winmar's, of course, but maybe they don't know about new items, or perhaps there are new markets to delve into. It's quite an intriguing idea. Tell me, pitch yourself a little bit. Why should I choose you for such an illustrious opportunity?
Well, what I was thinking was kind of a showcase opportunity of your wares. I'm sure there's some kind of arena in the city, you know, we pack it in and do a demonstration of your protection, your damage, such and such, like that. And I'm an adventurer. My associates are adventurers, and I kind of flourish with my cape. And I spin around. As I'm spinning around, I use message to Pry, come in now. And as a demonstration of our skills, as I'm spinning back around.
Okay, I guess I'll try to like from the straight arm hang, like Dino vaults, like, is the window closed?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess like vault up onto the sill, grab the like sides of the frame, and just sort of like look in through the window because I'm not gonna crash through it. Like,
please make an athletics or acrobatics check for me, Pry.
Acrobatics. Oh man, who's gonna be nice to me? Okay, all right. 21. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
21. Definitely. 21. And this was acrobatics, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't like just full muscle up yourself. You actually kind of get your feet up and push and give yourself a little bit of a swing and leverage that in order to kind of pop up into the windowsill. Your hands leave everything and you're fully, independent from the building for a quick moment before your feet catch the edge and your hands grab onto some shingles, and there you are, just like a spider monkey, just right in the window. And you hear Winmar.
And it looks really cool because like her cloak was her coat was inside out, so the red is on the inside, so like there's just this like flash of red as she like smacks up against the window.
Okay. You're hanging onto this very tiny edge, and you hear Winmar give a little bit of a yelp, and you see immediately some magic conjure between his hands, almost these like spinning globes and gears of light that kind of pop out as he holds them, and kind of looks very wide-eyed. Is she with you?
Yes, that's my friend. That's Pride.
That's unconventional. He puts the magic away.
How many people can do that?
Kind of disappears in a bunch of sparks between his hands. Right. Does she just stay there for the presentation, or am I supposed to?
No, I was gonna let her in. That was kind of just part of it, you know. And
Of course.
do you mind if I?
Oh no, let me. And he snaps his fingers, and the window, and you can swing in, Bri.
Sweet, yeah. She very daintily steps down off the windowsill and comes in.
Make Uranus, go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh baby. That is a 21.
A 21. As you step in full of grace and agility, Winmar kind of gives you a look like a very impressed and takes your hand and doesn't do the smarmy kiss that Alexio did, but just kind of very politely shakes it and kind of gives you a nod. And kind of looks back and forth between the two of you. He's like, well, you're quite a dynamic duo. I could see this working out well. The arena idea is quite interesting. There's some permit issues that I've been dealing with the mayor for certain things. So I don't know if that's in the cards quite yet. That being said, I have an idea. And he goes back behind this little desk that's in there, and you see him pull this drawer out and rummage around, and you see him dig deeper. And then you see him dig deeper, and all of a sudden his arms and head are like dipped into this drawer, which is only about yay big. Some sort of pocket dimension here within here. And you just hear rummaging and echoing and things banging around until finally he pops himself up out. And he's holding this scroll that's about yay big. And it's like a doubled scroll with these two little like longer ends that come out the bottom. And he kind of takes this and brings it over to you. He's very excited. He's like, right, this is what you'll be using. And he pulls it apart, and the entire thing expands and grows and it pops up and lands around him and creates this large banner that just reads Winmar's Wizarding Wonders up above. He's like, right, expandable branding. When you're short on space, I'll give you one of these, and anywhere you're doing a performance or even a bit of a battle or whatnot, and you can pop this out and brand your expeditions under Winmar's.
That's amazing. But what do we get to use from Winmar's?
Of course, in exchange for the branding that you'll be providing, I will upgrade that cloak of billowing for you to one of finer fabric and provide a 20% discount on all wares in the store.
25.
22.
I'll take it.
Shakes, he sticks out a little gnomish hand for you to shake. And he grabs the banner and pops it down. It disappears, it kind of collapses down to this little thing about yay big. He's like, oh, forgot, 1 second. Throws it back open, it lands, and he pulls out this wand and he walks to the front of it, and he gives a little bit of a wave, and you see the text at the top change. And instead of just saying Winmar's Wizarding Wonders, you see now the text shifts just slightly, and there's a header that adds itself in smaller lettering that just says, this performance brought to you by. And then he collapses it and hands it over to you.
I take it and I put it in my bag, and we chat. I just say, thank you. I'll go talk to my other associates about this. You'll be just as impressed with them, and I'm sure you'll see us soon.
Wonderful, wonderful. I cannot wait to hear of all the business that comes in because of this new venture.
And I shake his hand and take our leave.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have a 20. Why did I do this to myself? I got to do more math now. 22%.
22. That's a bad.
I know.
I tried to give you
You should have just taken
I
our
tried.
25
I should have
deal.
just taken the 25.
He's gonna come back. He's like, the map
Andrew,
is
if
too
you
hard.
want to,
Actually,
retroactively, if you want to retroactively say
No,
25, just so
no.
that it's easier on you. I mean, we would understand.
Yeah.
No. I have a calculator.
Winmar's no time for math.
That's
Yeah,
what
calculators
Theo is
don't
for.
exist in D&D,
No.
so
Yeah, that's what Theo is
sure.
for.
Yeah.
All right, so as you all walk back out into the shop with this new deal in tow and plenty of options of wares to buy even now, should you so choose, we're going
Fist bump.
push our camera back across the city, down to the second shelf, through some alleyways until finally we find Warding's, the tattoo parlor, where from outside we just hear muffled grunts and groans of pain as
prayer. You heard like massive amounts of prayer. Just enter. At this point, it's just enter in Dwarvish. That's just that repeated again and again. Just sweating profusely. Just
as we push in, Second Chance, the Tabaxi, is lighting up their pipe again, and giving that a puff and kind of getting and tapping in the last bits of the lower lettering of the tattoo. And within a couple moments, all of a sudden they lean back and, right, I think that's enough. I think it looks good. What do you think? And he kind of looks towards you, Artemis.
Oh, I think it looks great. Are you doing okay, Grokus?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
And Artemis, as you look at it, it's very clean work. It's very, it's well spaced and centered. And it's a very, very well done, very well crafted tattoo.
I was wondering, Second Chance, do you think I could get a
Whoa!
Sorry.
Whoa,
I tried to hit the chat button to make it go away, and I accidentally stopped recording.
And it wasn't even my fault this time.
You want to roll it back to your question to Second Chance, Artemis?
Yeah. Do you think that I could get a tattoo since we're here? And
I don't have anybody else on the books today, so I don't see why not.
Sure. Do you have anything in the way of magical tattoos?
Got a few options there. They're a little more expensive.
How much more expensive?
Which one you looking for?
Something for an additional layer of protection, perhaps?
Barrier tattoo.
Yes.
Probably that's going to run you about 55 gold pieces.
I think I can do that.
Okay. Where you want it?
Shoulder blade. Just on the back here.
It's going to be painful.
Oh, I think I can take it.
They're not kidding. I mean...
All right. Gonna need you to just kind of pull your shirt back and everything. And just kind of lie down there.
Artemis is gonna like shed her jacket, and she has tattoos all over. So, yeah.
Is this the first time Grokus sees this?
I would probably say
probably.
So. Yeah.
So you do want to describe a little bit of what you've got going on, Artemis?
Yeah. So she has some floral tattoos all over like her upper arm. She has some moon tattoos like on her back as well. And a couple of sword and dagger tattoos like right on her other shoulder blade. Yeah.
Artemis, why have you never... I know you have had tattoos, but wow. Why have you never...
Bit personal, Grokus.
True. I mean, I guess. I mean, we only just traveled together, almost died together, but I can... Okay. Yep, I get it. Definitely just... I'll sit over here. Can I put it... My back is killing me. Can I put on my robe, or do I have to not put on a robe for the moment?
You should leave it... You should leave it for a little bit, but you're a cleric type, right?
Yes.
Yes, I am. Just cast a healing spell.
That's a very valid point.
Okay, well, because I usually like to say those for other people, but it's... I guess in this case...
You can sit in pain if you want to, buddy.
I cast it. Like, I mean, you have to help yourself. We're gonna truly help others. So no, you definitely have to help myself first. So I do.
Artemis, as you kind of assume the position on the chair, Second Chance comes back around the corner and like gets a look at all the work you've already got done. He's like, "Oh, you're an old pro. This is gonna be easy." And he's got a bit of what looks to be like finely ground powder, but it's sparkling.
Okay.
He's got a couple different types, and he goes, "I got blue, red, and green. Which one would you prefer?"
Probably say blue.
Blue it is. Takes that and begins to mix that with his ink. And as they do so, you see the ground sparkly bits almost disappear within the ink, but it gives the ink this bluish sparkly sheen to it, and begins to dip and work away. Any particular design you're looking for?
I'd probably say maybe a shield.
Makes sense. It's within theme. All right, we'll get you going here. And begins to work away.
Could I cast? Well, I'll definitely cast a healing spell, but it can also cast. Would my enhanced ability be done with at this point? Because I know I cast it before.
Yeah, I think it was pretty. I think we had established it was pretty close to being over.
Okay, because then I'll do it again for second chance. Enhanced ability to make sure like I think that'd probably be like Dexter. Let me see. Yeah. So give him Cat's Grace, just to make sure they can make the perfect tattoo.
Okay. A little redundant for a tabaxi, but they'll take it.
Do I make a costume?
For the fun of it, sure.
Sure. Why not?
I'm gonna say with advantage because this is not your first work. You're used to what this feels like.
You know what? I'll take that 17.
Okay. 17. Yeah, I mean it's a tough spot, but you've had some work done on the bone before. And you just grit your teeth and power through. Second Chance works away for probably about another hour. And eventually kind of pulls back, and you can feel them wiping kind of the extra ink and the blood off of your shoulder. And they hand you a mirror and hold one themselves and say, "Go ahead and take a look."
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
What you see is a kind of pointed shield. So like a 3-pointed shield, but that's very long. And it comes to this graceful, delicate point, which that type of delicate line work is really tricky. And that Cat's Grace helped kind of keep the edging just perfect. It's got then within it several layers of kind of edged lining, and then the middle is done up in filigree that looks similar to the flowers that are on you elsewhere. So kind of it took some inspiration from those other design elements and built them into this one. And the tattoo itself shimmers as it's on your skin.
Wow, that is amazing.
That is beautiful. You said 55 gold, correct?
55, yep. And you now have the advantage, the benefits of a barrier tattoo.
Awesome. I give them 60 gold.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Wow.
Cat puns, gotta go there.
Terrible.
Take the money and thank you for your business. And
I don't know if you ever want to talk about editor, just meet definitely always at a talk. So if you ever would like to
broke us out by the cut.
I don't know that that's going to be in the cards, but appreciate it.
Have a balanced day as I get dragged out.
You too, balance buddy. Okay.
Balance buddies.
Crocus, but things.
Name Balance Buddies.
Balance buddies.
As you exit Wardings, our camera pushes back farther out of the city and down a mine shaft and around some dark corners till finally we find Peony and Malachite. As you stand there in the heat of the fire that is burning now in the furnace and looking with some surprise and some joy at the 4 machines that have come to life. What are you all doing?
Well,
I think I was gonna look for an off switch for the furnace. Because we don't want the machines running before we put stuff in, and you don't really want to stick your hands in them. Or no, we could just turn off the machines individually, right?
You have been finding
Yeah.
off switches on each machine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Turning them all off.
Okay. You throw off
I think,
switches.
yeah, I think I will try to put out the fire though, so we don't just burn up all that. Can't remember what it's called. Coal heart. So can I just shoot a ray of frost at it?
Yeah. The door, if you remember, the doors are now closed to the furnace. You had some issues
That's
with that.
true. Is there
there is venting and
Yeah.
places to see. So you could kind of like try to angle through one of those, or you could open the door back up and, you know, risk a little fire, but also have a straighter shot at it.
We'll see if I can just shoot through the vent.
Okay, go ahead and roll a spell attack for me. Ray of Frost attack.
Natural 20.
Woo! Okay. You do it from a distance too, I'm gonna say. Like you just kind of look over and you go, yeah, right there. And fire a ray of frost. And you watch as it perfectly enters one of the vents. And then you just hear this like almost like crackling and like, you know how like ice when it moves real quick kind of has that snapping, expanding sound. You just hear that loudly and some of those loud cracks coming from inside. And after a moment, the machines start to move a little slower and a little slower, and then they power down.
Cool. All right, so what do we do now? I mean, our objective is to get the machine running, right?
The letter of the thing that we signed, I think, said build it. We had to build the thing.
The thing that the machine makes.
Yes.
Or that the forge makes.
So I think the next step here is to figure out what materials are supposed to go where, maybe. Because like they're obviously pounding something, but what did they use? You know, did they use gold? Did they use rocks? Did they use dirt? You know?
Right. So, well,
also maybe we should try and find the replacement piece for the thing.
For the construct?
Yeah, there's no way we can make one, right? We can't just like copy the piece and like use materials that we find down here to make a copy of that cog.
I mean, I have a lot of tools and things, artificer's tools, and I have thieves' tools, tinker's tools, jeweler's tools. I bet we could do something.
Or go find a broken construct to rummage through parts from.
Yeah, we could do that. Or, if we could take the one out of this, because there's one in this machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could take it out and I could try to copy it. And then... Why don't we try that?
Let's do it.
Cool. So can I see if I can get at the part and remove it without...
Yeah, so if you'll remember, it was in one of the machines, you had pulled a panel off and we're kind of looking at the inner workings of it. And looking deep into it, you saw the 1,000-tooth titanium corkscrew drive. It is definitely not as easy as just sliding your hand in and lifting it up and pulling it out. It's as you get a second look at it, it's kind of like in there, but like there's stuff you're going to need to move out of the way first. And then you're not, because of, kind of where it's stationed, you're not exactly sure how it's connected. You're guessing there's like a bolt on either side that's holding it in. But in order to begin, you basically will have to start to disassemble this machine a piece at a time in order to get to it. So if that is your intent, I would like you to roll a check. What tools do you want to use for this?
Probably
Tinker's tools are probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have an all-purpose tool by any chance? I can't remember if that's a magic item
All-
you took.
No.
Okay. In that case, go ahead and roll a Tinker tool check. So this is going to
Let me just
be...
make sure.
Can I assist Malachite since I also have proficiency?
You
with Tinker
can.
tools?
Yeah, I'm actually going to say that the complexity of this necessitates Malachite being the higher leveled artificer to be the one who actually does it, but you can help.
Yeah.
So roll a Tinker's Tool check
Advantage.
with advantage. That's going to be Dex plus proficiency. Or I would allow intelligence plus proficiency as well, just from the nature of what you're doing.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
How would you just imagining?
What?
I'm just imagining your int score might be better than your dex.
Yeah, it's significantly better. So that's a 21.
A 21. Okay.
And that was actually not with... Did I have advantage on that?
You did, yes.
Okay, yeah. So 20 or a 21. So I'll take the 21.
Okay. You begin to pull things apart, and some of them are tricky because you start to get something loose and then all of a sudden it hits something, you realize, oh nope, I gotta back up and go like 3 parts over and remove things. With the 21, you're also doing a really good job of like laying out, I would say like you laid out a canvas or something, and you're laying out the pieces in such a way that it makes sense to reassemble. It is taking some time, and as you're going, all of a sudden you get stuck on an area where there is essentially the way that 3 different pieces of metal come together and kind of flange together. You're having a difficult time understanding exactly like how it splits apart. Like you can see the seams, but you're not finding like a latch or a catch or anything just immediately. So I need you to roll one more check to kind of get past this final obstacle before you get to the gear.
More helpful.
More help.
Goo
Yes.
goo.
Natural 20.
Yes!
Oh, Malachite,
yeah!
come on now.
For a total of
Okay.
He knows exactly how the machine works.
27.
that was a high DC and you cleared it. You take a second look, you kind of
nailed
wipe
it.
your eyes off, you put your goggles down to get a better vision inside this machine where the light is much dimmer. And you find an area where all 3 pieces of metal have overlapped on the back, and there's one little, like it's a tiny little pinprick, and you take one of your tools and piece it around, almost like picking a lock in this moment, and press, and all of a sudden the whole thing just goes cheap, like it was all fit together with that one little pin, and you kind of pull them apart, and as you spread those kind of opposite of each other, you see now the bolt and the nut that you need to take off that will allow you to successfully remove the gear.
Cool. All right. So I got it. Now we just gotta make another one.
As you pull it out, it is probably about 1.5 feet long. It's about, I'm gonna say 6 inches wide in diameter, and it almost looks like a meat tenderizer of sorts. There's so many like knurled bits on it, and like little things that come up in different angles and whatnot. And as you look and see like what it came out of, you realize that by turning this, it drives several different things all at once. It is almost like the heart piece of this machine, and it's a remarkable piece of engineering. You're seeing that things go at different angles and are slightly spaced, and the thing that comes to mind is a music box and the way it cranks and like it hits all those different little metal bits and creates music. There's almost a sense of that with this machine, instead of playing music, it's driving this larger piece of equipment.
Sounds very easy to recreate.
Easy peasy for two master artificers such as us.
Yep. So so I'm gonna look around the area and see what we can find to like use as some like metal stuff or like whatever that might be laying around to use to start working on this.
To replicate.
There's no shortage of scrap metal or repurposing, pieces of other machines or whatnot. So materials aren't going to be your problem. Your problem is going to be the mold and getting it precise enough. It's such a precision tool that there's probably going to be a little trial and error, filing things down. You do get a sense pretty quickly that in order to get this perfect, it sure would be nice to have the machine it's going into to kind of insert and test and bring back out and all that type of stuff.
So would I like seeing this piece of whatever, is it like something that I would know that there's only one version of this, or could it be like 1,000 tooth blah blah blah? Could there be other configurations, or like?
Go ahead and make I'm gonna say just make an intelligence check as you kind of you pore over this thing and kind of see how it's built.
Not great. Let's see here. That's an 11.
An 11? Hard to tell. There are enough pieces here that you're not 100% sure that in the current machine it was working on that every little flange is being engaged. So there might be ways, if you were to reassemble and run the machine, to get a look and see, like, is this specific to this machine, or does this look a little more generic? Because, not every piece is lining up with something, but that would require reassembling everything.
Okay. Well, might as well just try to make a mold and recreate it, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but we can try.
Yeah. I agree. Should we get some dirt? Clay?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Clay.
Do they have any Play-Doh around here?
I used to eat Play-Doh. It was a favorite baked good back where I'm from.
Oh, yeah.
While the two of you are looking for Play-Doh, back up outside of the mine, what are the four of you doing? Have you reconvened, or what's the plan there?
We just head back to the mine, like a central meeting place we all know about.
Probably.
I thought we were going to be at the library. Okay, yeah. Because we had plans we had other plans to meet afterwards at the library. We're all supposed to meet together. We can be in here in town. I didn't know we were supposed to meet at the mine, but we were supposed to meet at the library and then all meet later together, if I remember correctly. But I'm an old dwarf, so I could be wrong.
I think I remember you saying something about the library. We were already on the top shelf, so we could just head there. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I would say that Aranis and Pry, you get to the library first, and you see Paige, and she kind of like points you to the direction of any books that you want. Not too long after, Grokus and Artemis you convene there as well. So the four of you are now in the library of Excessa. Not Excessa, Floros. Wow, mixing up my cities.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa,
It's so
Wait.
familiar.
what does tattoo do?
Hey, Aranis, I have a great idea to get back at that snooty shop manager. We should ask Winmar if it would be okay for us to stage a grand sword fight on top of the building.
Yes, here for it. Let's make that happen. Yeah.
What is that face?
Trying to decipher what you have up your sleeve. Guess we'll find out.
How'd the tramp stamp go, Grokus?
What is that? Is that what they call these kind of tattoos? Oh,
What does a
went well.
tramp stamp?
I think it's
like
a back tattoo.
Oh,
Mhm.
He was incredibly brave, and
Only
no
shed a
pain
couple tears.
whatsoever. Yeah.
I mean, yes, no pain. Yes,
There's no pain
yes, what Artemis
whatsoever.
said.
Yeah. Mhm.
Ooh, and Artemis got a tattoo too, but hers looks so it's amazing and like you know, if you want it's I can't do it justice by describing, but it went
Can we
well.
see him, or is this too public?
A
Oh,
little bit too public.
Okay.
Grogus takes off his shirt. Oh, I mean, yes, too public.
Oh. Okay.
Looks
just like in the
looks like a
stacks.
robe.
You
Looks like a robe.
you just very quickly hear a psst and look over, and Paige is looking at you like,
Yes,
Oh, right.
it was warm. So I think we were looking for actually forgot what we were looking for. I think what was it? Oh man.
You got it.
This happens with age. Okay, hold on a second. Give me a moment to see me.
Mhm.
I think I want to look up vampirism, I think is what I wanted to search, if I remember correctly. I think to see if there's any way to maybe like reverse it somehow. I mean, but otherwise we can also look at anything else too. That's what I want to look for. But if there's anything else we can also
I'll help him look for vampirism stuff.
Oh, yeah. I think that's essential at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
you have looked through the library once before
Yes, we
for information on vampirism. So you can look again. The DC is higher because you didn't find much last time on some fairly poor rolls. But if someone would like to make an investigation check, you can look. But please let me know what specifically about vampires you're looking for.
So I want to look for cures, but who's very good at searching out these kind of books? I mean, there's so many. I know the
What's
Destiny
Artemis?
dual system,
It would be-
Artemis.
Yes.
Okay,
Is
so
there
many.
something specific you want?
Yes,
Okay.
curing vampirism.
Curing
And I will,
vampirism?
and I will do another enhanceability. Last one. Well, no, because I can do level 2. Haha. So level 2 enhanceability. Just within this time, it's going to be of Fox's cunning. So I see a little pert Anor about a fox, a smart little cunning fox, and hopefully give Artemis some help.
Is that like advantage or?
Yes, advantage on all intelligence checks.
Can
Which
I
I think.
convert Bardic Inspiration?
You can, yes.
Oh, I get shushed because I take off my robe and then they can play music, but okay.
And I will provide moral support.
Oh, wow. Like all the things. Okay. So investigation. All right. Thank God I have advantage. Oh my God. That was not any better. Bardic Inspiration is
D6.
a D6. Okay. God. So 16 with the D6.
16. Okay. You kind of look through some of the folklore stuff. You go back to that section where you had found a little bit about vampires in terms of like, kind of monsters and demonology and things like that. You're not having a lot of luck. Your search eventually takes you over to some of the religious texts. and you do find
Mhm.
a text there that talks about the undead nature of vampires and the curse of undead. It's not that it talks about vampires so much per se, it's talking about undead in general, and vampires are mentioned as, wights, ghouls, vampires, skeletons, things like that. And what you do find is that it's talking about the nature of the undead being a body without a soul, and the loss of the soul being what, from the religious point of view at least, what contributes to the rapid decay of both the body and the mind and the morals of these creatures. So that's a little bit of new information you glean, but there isn't a particular and here's what you do to fix it all.
Okay, I relay that. Other than this, Grokus, not much.
Yeah, so maybe we have to, the best thing we can do, since they're our soulless, I don't know, to get back a soulless, to just let their bodies rest as well, along with the soul. So
Where do the souls go?
well, it depends on where they're at in life. So that's
Perhaps, but also the journal entry talked about this a disease spreading, and that it came from a source. So the souls were not just leaving when someone dies, right? They were being taken or forced to flee or pushed out. There is something else going on here. It's not just dying. So they are not necessarily just going to where that person was destined to go based on how good they were.
They can be getting sucked back to the source.
Or taken somewhere and enslaved. Remember the contract we are under? Right? They could be in so many places, which means that you could potentially get them back, right?
It's a really good point. Really good point.
So maybe we have to figure out what happened to them to fix it.
That's and you're right, because that way too, even then, if their souls are taken, maybe if we do give their bodies rest, they would still be taken. So we do need to restore the balance and actually find out where they are. Dang, what time has we been here for? We're supposed to meet back up with everyone, I think, pretty soon. How long have we been here for?
They think maybe more.
Yes.
Should we start? I think we should start heading back now. I think
probably we don't want to leave them down there alone.
No. Let's go quick.
All right. If you're heading back to the mine, it's a little bit of a walk, obviously, to get down all 3 levels of the city and then out of town and whatnot. So it's probably about another hour before you come traipsing through the door of the forge. In that last hour, while you're working, Malachite and Peony, anything particular that you're doing, or are you just kind of gathering materials?
Maybe in between the mold setting, Peony might be quietly nosing around other levels that maybe we didn't explore. Not much further or deeper, but just oh, we didn't check around this corner, or this, that, and the other. Just kind of, if anything, just marking down tunnels to check later if they seem questionable in nature. Or for example, go looking at that dead Odiug to make sure it's dead and not just sleeping.
You can totally go check out the dead Odiug. That does require you to go. You either need to go back to the main shaft and down, or you can go down those chutes, which then have a bit of a drop. So getting back up will be the issue. But yeah.
Well, if I tie a rope at the top.
Yep.
I'll be right back, Malachite. Just shuffles all the way down.
All right. You head back down by yourself into the darkness. You
If
Go
I
ahead.
remember correctly, there's a doorway between where the dead Odiug was and the room that leads to the shaft, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. There was the shaft goes down into a room, and then there was a little like kind of hallway area, and then the next room where the Odia
Even
would have
better.
been.
How big was that hallway? Like
I mean,
a medium-sized creature sort of hallway, or
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
large creature sort of hallway?
big
medium?
enough for an Odia to get through, but the the same. It's like a 10 by 10 area.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So, are you going sneakily?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Cloak on. Like,
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
what's the worst that could happen? Oh, but I get advantage. Fuck yes. 19.
19. Okay, very good. You stealthily kind of move and creep through the tunnel, and you get back to that room where the presumably dead Odiug had been. And the first thing that hits you is a little bit of stench. And as you turn the corner, you see, to your memory, it has moved a little bit. However, it's still flopped on its side, and there is there's an area where its ribs are exposed, and there's just a stench of death and decaying flesh.
Oh, it's dead. It's like capital D dead.
Sure appears to be that way.
Does the gap in the rib look like something nom 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 on this Odiug, or is it like something, it's just like natural decay?
Make a survival check. Are you doing it from a distance, or are you going right up?
Yeah, from a distance. I'm not getting much closer to that.
And what are you doing for light?
I have goggles of dark vision.
True, that's you have your goggles now. So I'll need you to roll that perception check with disadvantage for me.
With disadvantage?
Disadvantage. It's dim light and you're far away.
Dark vision.
Dark vision gives you disadvantage. Like, it just means you can make a check at all. So grumpy.
Okay. 9.
A 9. Okay. From this distance, it is difficult to tell. You just see a little bit of that white bone exposed, and you're too far away to see are there teeth marks on it, or whatnot. I mean, one thing you do know just is that, like, it's only been a couple days since you saw it last. That'd be pretty fast decay, but you also don't know what these creatures are exactly, and like maybe they just decay fast.
There's no door I can shut between this Odiug and me, is there?
There's not. It is just an open tunnelway.
I'm gonna pick up a rock and just throw it down the tunnel further away.
Okay.
From where I am, just to see if like make sure it hits something. I want to see if it twitches or if something else skitters.
You reach down to pick up a rock, and you reach up, and as your arm pulls back to throw it, all of a sudden you see the large corpse of the Odiug just shift ever so slightly.
And that's my cue to leave. I sneak back up the rope, I pull the rope up, and I get the fuck out of there!
Are you moving fast?
No, I am moving with stealth. I am moving stealthily and backing the fuck away. I'm not taking my eyes off of that thing until I need to climb up that fucking rope.
Okay. If you can make another stealth check for me, please.
Oh my god. Why?
This is a fucking horror movie. Okay, one of those is a natural one, and I get to ignore that. That was not much better. Okay. 17.
17?
So scared.
Okay. You tiptoe your way back.
I'm watching it as I go.
Slowly. You watch it. You watch as it kind of bumps and shifts again, and you just hear this
Awful,
sound.
awful. Up the rope.
And you kind of work your way back, and eventually it leaves your sight because you kind of go into that tunnel, and you can just hear a couple of like shifting, scraping noises. And as you go up the tunnel and then up the rope, you make it with no problem.
Okay. Looking down the shaft, does anything come? Something comes to the area?
You're so scared.
Does something come to the area?
No,
Yeah,
nothing.
there's a freaking thing!
No, you kind of watch for a moment and you wait and you think you hear one more echo of like a shift or something. But no, nothing comes.
Okay. Definitely pulling up that rope. When you say the thing was moving, was like
the large body
was it shift
like bumped? Like it looked more like something hit it versus it like shifted and moved.
Okay. I'm still gonna shut the door and be like, okay, cool, neat, fun. I had a time. How's it going over here, Malachite?
Great. He would have just been like, while the stuff was setting, just continuing to like study the controls and things on the forge. Just
So
get
is
more
your plan
familiar
to are you doing a clay mold? You're like wrapping it in clay and letting it harden? That's kind of the idea, or okay.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
so we can split it and take
Yep.
it off and yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an intelligence check or an investigation check for the machines just to learn more.
All right. Investigation. Man. That's another 11.
11. It's tough. Yeah, you're understanding how the machine is like put together, and you're seeing the steps in terms of like, okay, if I wanted to disassemble and reassemble this thing, here's what I would do. But a lot of what you're running into is, for its age, surprisingly advanced. And you are noticing things where you're going, wow, they're achieving the same like end results that a machine that I would build would do, but they're doing it with an efficiency and a power, like, you know, with the way the gears are linked and everything, that is quite remarkable. You do know that by studying this more, there are things that you could glean that would potentially increase, you know, like maybe you wanted to give Kingsley a little bump up in something, or you want to build something else and use some dwarven tech. With more study, you could start to incorporate some of that into your own builds.
Okay. Cool.
I would say about this time, everybody else comes traipsing in, coming, I would assume, through the barracks and up through the entryway that you already know of. So, yeah, you all reconvene here in the forge.
Yo, how goes it?
Great. As you can see by all of this that's on the floor.
Oh wow.
I tore it all up
Bloody hell.
so we could get this piece out, and we're making a mold so we can recreate it and put it in the construct.
Oh,
So that's what's
the
happening right now.
1,000-tooth corkscrew drive thing. Yeah.
Exactly. We did get the forge running before I destroyed it.
Like fully?
No, about half.
Yeah. Turns out the stuff in the wall is, if you set it on fire, it's super hot.
Real hot. So
And
Cool.
not like how Artemis finds Azure.
Okay.
right. Yeah, so we put a piece of coal heart in there and set it on fire, and the whole thing almost the whole thing started up. If we'd put more coal heart in there, I think it would all have been running. But yeah. So
Well, that's
once I get this done, I can put it all back together, and then we can try to put more coal heart in.
Amazing.
Get the whole thing going.
Yeah, awesome. Crocus and Artemis got tattoos.
Ooh,
Nice.
what'd you get?
Once we get it running, it's just something basic. Artemis tattoo is awesome. You guys know. I told you I got your I kind of take on my robe really quickly and kind of show it's all your names. That's why I had you guys all write your names in Dwarvish, and so
Wow.
And on that scale, that side, there's my name, and then the other scale, it's all your names, and you guys will keep me balanced. So that's what I got in there. So that we can kind of always have you guys with me. Let's roll back on. Artemis has got a really nice tattoo, and the artist's name is Second Chance. They are phenomenal. Does excellent work.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd throw down. How does the thing?
Oh, yeah.
Stand it or throw it down?
You throw it, and as it hits the ground, it kind of like does that thing where like it unfurls and like bounces a couple times. You have to duck out of the way until finally, magically, it pops itself upright. But it kind of goes crazy for a minute, like trying to find its center there. And yes, at the top, it just says, "This conversation brought to you by Windmar's Wizarding."
Oh, that is very clever.
What does it say?
We get a sponsorship.
We got a sponsorship.
Oh, we're part of an affiliate program?
Yes. We are influencers.
I'm gonna take this city by storm.
Our name is the
Evil
influencers.
campaign.
Capitalism.
I will buy us an house so we can all film together in and.
Oh God.
I mean, are we already influencers of balance? I mean, I feel like we already.
Anyway, he said that we can pop this open whenever we are fighting or doing other cool adventure stuff, and then people will see that he is tacitly sponsoring whatever cool stuff we are doing. So let's try not to die while the sign is open.
When we're fighting?
Preferably.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're gonna die, take the sign down.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, right. Perfect.
Please don't die on company time if you could.
Oh no.
I mean, can't we just like go about our normal business and then tell them that we put the sign up?
I think he wants to hear that people have seen it.
Lying is not a balanced way to live, but I mean, just working out there.
I kind of like it.
We get cool stuff for less money.
Yeah.
That's always good.
So, I feel like we should honor it, though. I mean, if you guys did sign some sort of contract, well,
we
not
didn't
a
actually
consequence
sign
as-
anything this time.
That's so refreshing.
So how long is it going to take for the construct to get here anyway? How many more days?
When you had called for it, Gull told you to give him a week, and it's been about a day since then, I think. So you've got 6 more days, roughly. And it's not an exact, like, could be 8 days, could be 6 days, you're not sure.
Anybody want to do anything in the meantime? I think it would be smart to have that.
There's a zombie in the basement.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
What now?
But
You know that thingy that we passed by?
You're going to have to be more specific.
Yes.
On the way when we crawled up the hole going up here and we snuck by it and it was like it looked like it was dead maybe.
Oh, the other monster.
So I snuck down because I wanted to see if it actually was dead, and if it was dead, if we could harvest teeth and bits from it and sell them. Well, it sort of looks like something ate it, and then as I was trying to see if it would react to a rock if I threw it down the hall, but then it started like shaking and like rubbing, so I just crawled back up the hole.
Oh,
so we should kill it
I mean,
because it probably would be bad if it just started roaming the halls and while we were injured.
isn't it chain though? If I remember correctly, I thought it was on some sort of chain, right? Or no?
Was it on a chain?
Well, the Otiu is.
Was.
We never were certain.
I don't know
it
if we
was
We weren't
checked it.
certain.
We
I
couldn't
thought-
see.
I thought it was on a chain.
I thought around saw that you did go check because we're all going up. You're like, I want to go double check to make sure.
I think we saw
no
that
one's
it
been
had
close to it.
I think we
Okay.
saw it had something on the foot, but not if that chain was like attached to anything.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
the other ones had like hooks and like little claspy thingies, but then
They had marks on their
they had
flesh.
marks as if they had been on something.
Yeah.
So
We've
it-
never been close enough to see if it has a shackle or chain or anything.
yeah. So I think we should get rid of it because I don't know. We may need to explore this area more. We should probably explore the area more because it's cool and fun and it's like being back home and except for people to hang out with instead of just myself.
Oh.
So
I mean,
and it's just fun and we're all super cool and awesome. So what's the worst that can happen?
I'm not sure if this is fun. I mean, it's almost like looking around like a living grave, but I mean, yeah, we can definitely, I mean, if you feel like we should go down there and get rid of it, I mean, it would cause us danger in the future, so it might be.
And it could hurt someone else in the future too.
Let's be proactive.
And we have renewed up today because we have an idea about the cure, right?
Or at least a
We
better
have
way to send them
cure?
off.
We
Well-
have an idea, maybe, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, probably was very smart and was able to. Maybe the souls were taken. Maybe they weren't able to leave to where they're supposed to be, which is definitely upsetting the balance. So if we can actually find out where the souls are, that might be able to even, if not give them like a proper kind of rest, at least to maybe save them too by chance. So I'll definitely ask around because you found that in a religious text, right, Artemis?
Yes.
I definitely will stop by some of the local churches too and see if I can find anything else because they might know some more things pertinent to it as well. So, but yeah, that is hope. So maybe we can't save them.
So are we gonna go take care of the
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
zombie
Monster?
thing?
Yeah.
Yay.
They're way down there.
We're
right.
making it
Making our way downtown.
Are you walking fast down the tunnel or like the shaft, or are you going out and around?
Do we want to go down the rope or do we want to?
Oh, what if we flanked it?
Both. Yes.
We did both. We did both. We still yes, I think that's smart. Darby fucking suffered a brain squiggle right there. That's not a word either.
Oh no.
Oh,
Smile for us as one side drooping.
We actually
need to
caught it
call
on camera.
someone?
We caught Darby's complete meltdown on camera. So
Scooby-Doo.
yes,
It
you
just
can
goes to TV static.
right. You can split up and go about the folks who are going to go the long
Boom.
way. You're going to go to the central shaft, go
Boom.
down the rope. They're going to need a head
Boom.
start to meet at the same time.
But before we go, can we really quickly just for an old dwarf's sake, what can everyone do? So essentially, like Rogue's gonna say, it's all the spells he has at the moment, and just what can everyone do so that way there's no surprise on the battlefield. I feel like sometimes we get unbalanced because we don't know what someone else might be capable of. So we can do it later, but I think we need to at some point sit down and just go through that. So maybe not now, we don't have time, but I feel like we definitely should at some points.
I shoot things.
It sings. And also, I think Artemis found this out when we were fighting those basilisks, but you don't have to be quite as concerned about fire in my direction. So go for it.
And I can also curse things, especially things that are unbalanced, such as this creature sounds like. So if before someone makes an attack, you want to let me give it to curse first, I might be able to help give your next attack a little more oomph. So, but all right, who are splitting? Who's going with whom?
Ron already has the hand going on his head.
Yes, Artemis should take the people through the around, right?
Yes.
The other way, the way we came originally, how was the positioning? Did we Was it we came down that long tunnel that the other two Odigs came, and then we saw the dead thing in like the kind of lefty corner?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
down in the tunnel where the diamond shaft is.
Yeah.
Or the diamond tunnel, it's not shaft.
Uh-huh.
You go up and over, kind of like Peony's tree. But you go up and over and kind of up another little thing, and then that gets you to the room where the Odiugs were. So having the broom would be advantageous in order to just easily fly people down and then back up and around.
I just don't know which one's easier to shoot from. I guess is
to your memory, it's going to be 6-1.
About equal?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big room, right? That this thing is in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we kind of like skirted the edge of the room past it.
Right, because you're either just coming from the doorway from another room, or you're coming out of that tunnel. So I mean, it's really kind of similar.
And around, there's no need to climb.
You don't have to kill it. It's probably just some scavenger animal.
Who knows? We have been surprised before.
That's true.
But Aranis and I use swords, so having one of us on either side makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What about everyone else?
Well, who wants to come on the broom? Is my question. I knew it. Broom.
I would definitely like the broom too. I mean, climbing's fine, but yeah.
All right, I'm taking Peony and Crocus.
Okay, that is going to
make the
probably have to
broom
take
work.
2 trips.
Yeah,
I get on. It goes right back to the ground. I think the broom needs some more.
Yeah, but
energy.
you can totally do it within 2 trips.
Aranis, would you mind giving me the cone? Because I could put it on Crocus. Maybe.
Then how am I gonna get that?
Aranis' face.
He's already like mage handing himself over the hole, and then droops a little bit.
I guess
It's fine. I can wait. It feels weird putting that on anyway. So, although it is nice being kind of skinnier. Little. I'll show it down here.
It's a fad diet. The weight comes right back. So.
Oh, I'm so done.
Oh, so we do the thing.
We're doing the thing.
I'll tie a rope down the drop so that Malachite and I can climb after Aranis puppeting himself down there.
All right. So, Artemis, you ferry Crocus and Peony around without any major issue, kind of getting them up and whatnot. Aranis and Pry, are you kind of creeping there and waiting, or are you kind of waiting back until you get some sort of signal? And Malachite as well.
How big is the room? Like, can they cast message across it?
Yeah, you could cast message across it, but let's see if message is one where you have to see the person.
I think isn't that you just point in the direction of them?
Yeah, just a creature within range. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we could like wait back, since I'm assuming Peony would have told us that it like moved when she was still a distance from it. Like we'd wait.
Oh yeah, any helpful information.
I can also just light up with the drift globe as a symbol too. I'm a drift globe, which we definitely could have talked about.
Give it an alert that we are there.
But if we all blast it at once, so can you all see very well to make sure? Okay, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, if someone wants to send a message at the point that you're all in range, that will hit, and you know the general direction. So, who's going to be sending the message?
Artemis has sent message.
Not message.
Okay, so Aranis, so you're waiting there, and every like 5 minutes you send a message out just to see if it picks them up, and you wait, and then all of a sudden, Artemis, you get Aranis's voice in your head, and what do you say?
Are we ready to do this?
Can I answer a message?
You can,
right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I guess we're ready to do this.
I'm a curse the creature. I'm gonna say a prayer and curse it. How close I need to get to. Let's see, I think it's 60 feet.
As you're both now, with the message being said, coming to the edge of your respective doorways, what you see is that big open room. It's very dim because there's no natural light here, at least not yet. And you see the large body of the Odiug. You see those exposed ribs, and you do see the body shifting a little bit, and you just hear this like sound.
I cast shatter on the body.
Oh,
Shatter on the
And
body.
I cursed it, so I cursed it as well. So it's
Okay,
cursed.
so you're cursing the body.
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
the body. The body isn't. The Otyugh is dead. There's something in the body.
Groves doesn't know that. He just sees like something moving. So
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
so you send your curse out towards the body. Aranis, you cast shatter. So is that a save?
Yes, that is a con save. 15.
All right.
What's that? 3d8.
that saved us in Crispin Hills. That saved us so bad in Crispin Hills.
yes, it
Yep.
did.
That is a 19.
Oh, okay. So
on the
that's 3, 8, 10, half to 5.
Well,
Half to five.
if it is the body, it would be the same because it would double it, so like negate it if it was the
Correct.
body.
Correct, but it's not the body.
Mhm.
Shatter's an area effect, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So in that area effect, all of a sudden you hear this sound, and you hear something like hit the ground and like roll over, and then you kind of all just like wait for a moment, and then you hear something running against the stone tiles, and you see whipping out from around the corner of the carcass of the dead Otyugh. You see a small Otyugh about the size of a Rottweiler, with tentacles
He's running!
flaring out.
Baby!
And
It's a baby!
Massive mouth, blood, and like bits of gore in its teeth, as it has been presumably feasting upon the corpse of the dead adult.
I'm
And
a
the-
grab
Baby!
Peony.
You
I'm
are
a
baby!
grab Peony. I'm
No,
a
no,
grab
no, no,
Peony,
me!
grab Peony,
the
grab
tentacle
Peony.
with the eyes whips back and forth, and let's see, the first person it
I'm
would see,
grabbing
I'm going to
Peony.
say is
No.
Aranis. And it just begins to scramble in your direction. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh God.
Let me have the baby! Don't kill it!
What the fuck?
Only part
18.
Oh my god.
Dear God.
18. Pry,
24.
Hey.
Artemis,
14.
Peony.
2! 28.
Oh
I
no.
swear.
Malachite.
4.
Oh, buddy. Aranis,
20.
20. And then
She's so excited.
I want the baby!
Peony, you're up first.
Baby! Like, I wanna try and, well, I don't want it to run towards Uranus because I also feel like if it runs towards Uranus, it's gonna die. See what I have in my arsenal.
He put this here specifically for you.
Artificer / druid now.
If I run my full movement, which is 25 feet, will I be within 90-ish feet of it?
Oh yeah. The room itself is maybe 60 feet by 60 feet.
Okay, cool. I would love to use entangle on so 20-foot square.
Okay.
I would like it to be dead center in the square. So as opposed to spike growth, which causes damage, this whatever creature is in the area when the spell is cast must succeed on a saving throw or be restrained by the plants until the spell ends.
Okay, what's the save?
The save is a 14.
Dex?
Or strength.
Strength. That is a 17.
Fuck!
It is
Silvery
not-
barbs.
I'm sorry, an 18.
Silvery bar. Wait. Around it sits silvery barbs. So I have
Okay.
to roll again.
Okay.
I take the lower of the rolls. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That is a 13.
It fails. It's restrained.
And I'll give advantage to Peony.
Okay.
Baby, my child.
How does it look when Arana says that? Silver barbs. Does it do any way or just?
Yeah, what is that? What does it look like around when you cast it?
I guess you just see like acupuncture needles like go in, and then it makes it
Nice.
messes with its mind or something. Or
I
whatever.
love that.
I have
Tight.
an Otyugh mini. Look.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I
She
love
was
him.
just waiting for this day, just like it's time.
All right. Anything else
awesome.
on your turn, Peony?
I guess I'm trying. I don't have an action to use anymore, but just be like, don't hit the baby, and just try and make soothing, calming noises, and be like,
Okay.
shh,
Noises.
it's okay. Essentially, the next time it comes around, she's trying to calm this animal with some animal handling checks.
Gotcha. All right. So that brings us to Pry.
How far away from me is it?
It had started running towards you, so I'm gonna say it's like
Yeah.
25 feet away.
Okay, so I'll use my movement to get next to it.
Okay.
And then hold my action in case it like breaks free and tries to do awful things to people.
Okay.
But I will also just sort of like wait, since Peony looks very invested in this.
Okay. That'll bring us to Uranus.
Uranus sits on the ground and crosses his legs and pulls out his lyre and just starts playing a tune.
Okay.
He's like, they're gonna do what they're gonna do.
Are you gonna hold anything or?
Nope.
Okay. Fair enough.
Holding a sick tune.
There you go. Grokus, you're up.
Just gonna sigh. He's gonna walk over, wanting to attack the thing, but he's gonna see Peony just glowing about it. So he's gonna say a prayer to enter and cast again enhance ability on them to try to help them. I assume it's only do I think charisma. I feel like you're trying to make friends with somebody. Is that which one? Would I know it's animal handling? Would that be like for what charisma? I think that'd be based.
I think
Wisdom based.
animal handling is wisdom based.
Yeah.
So a D6 creature. So yes, it'll be like okay. So I'm gonna say prayer to enter. Please just help Peony, I guess. For this thing, I mean, if it's gonna keep the balance, just thank you, Anna. And cast that. So just tapping it in the back, like be careful.
Okay. Artemis, that brings us to you.
Artemis is gonna walk over and look at Peony's face, look between the creature and Peony again, and just be like, "We're not keeping it.
It's a baby.
We're not keeping."
He's
Artemis is
gonna be so
gonna
small.
sit down next to Uranus and just kind of. She's gonna hold burning hands just in case,
Okay.
just in case. Yeah.
Holding burning hands. That brings us to it. It's going to try to keep running towards Uranus, because that's kind of where it was headed, and it's going to make a strength check to break free of the, and that is a 16. So I believe that does break it free.
Non-lethal attack to trip it, stop it,
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll just a normal attack roll.
Okay. Wow, 24.
Definitely.
Something happened to my dice today.
I'm gonna say you shove the flat of your rapier blade kind of in front of it, and it hits.
Oh, I have this crystal longsword thing now.
That's right. Yeah, you shove the
So
crystal
the
longsword
big sword.
kind of in there, like a stick in bike wheel spokes. The thing just flips over and like tumbles, and you see the tentacles flopping about and everything, and it kind of stands up and rights itself, and it kind of like looks back and forth at all of you, and just with its large mouth. And Pry, you all of a sudden
Oh, good.
get this mental image of a woman who is a half orc woman with her hair tied up in a bun, holding a whip, and you just get this like point of view image of her walking up to you and like striking down with it.
Oh no.
And that is its turn, and that'll bring us to Malachite.
Sorry, do I recognize that half-orc
You
woman?
do
Is that the
recognize that
person
woman.
we fought in the street?
I saved her.
Yeah, I fucking killed her and you brought
She's an animal abuser. I'm going to.
An aberration abuser. Anyway, thank you. That's yep.
Malachite, you're up.
You're definitely muted, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with this. Huh. So it's just standing there right now, like.
Yeah, it got tricked and it kind of righted itself, and now it's kind of like skittering about and like growling at everybody and like looking for who it's going to attack next.
It doesn't have a swimming speed, does it?
It does not.
I think I'm just gonna hold firebolt in case it tries to attack somebody.
Okay. You prepare a firebolt, kind of burning in your hands, waiting to be leashed off. Several people holding fire-based spells, and the light from that is actually kind of illuminating the room a little bit. That's going to bring us back to Peony.
Baby. Okay. Do I have any rashes, or I have some baked goods left in my bag, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to pull something out and be like, and be like, hi, you are very small. You're big, but you're small, and it's okay. We are friendly.
Pastries.
We were friendly. Pastries. We are friends. I like to imagine that, however, the result of the Familiars one shot, Petal snuck some into the bag.
There you go. Yep.
Just would like to offer this pastry baked goods to this baby Odia who's frightened and scared and has been mistreated and just wants a family and friends, and I will provide said things for this baby.
Go ahead and make an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Well, it'd be
that's right. It'd be a straight
regular.
roll. Be a straight roll.
Got this.
Which one will not betray me? You've been rolling really well for me. Okay. Okay. 18.
18. Give me a moment. Okay. As you gently approach it with these pastries, and it is just kind of like slobbering at the mouth, and you see the eye tentacle whipping about, and the other tentacles kind of, they're kind of splayed out, and every once in a while they're almost like snapping like whips just to keep people away from it. You see the two large slits for the nostrils all of a sudden go, and it kind of turns towards you, and it growls in your direction. And it doesn't eat the pastries, but it just kind of holds, sniffing and growling in that direction.
Can I roll it closer to it? So she just sort of squats and waddles 25 feet closer to this. So yep. I don't think she's in melee-ish range.
You can stay out
I
of
don't know
melee.
how far.
Yeah.
So she'd get as close as 10 feet to this creature. Don't want to overcrowd it.
Yeah.
We'll
you get about 10 feet away, and one of the tentacles whips out and snaps kind of right in front of you, but doesn't quite reach you.
Okay, that's okay. Here you go. And just roll the pastries closer to, and then waddle a little bit back. It's hands up, just hello.
And it kind of sniffs the pastry and nudges it a little bit, and then just kind of growls.
It's very good. You should eat some. I don't know what else you'll let me do on my turn, so I don't want to overstep.
That's about it.
So,
yeah, I'll say at this point, if no one is actively attacking it, and your goal here is to tame this thing or at least get it friendly to you, then just go around and describe for me what everybody does in terms of kind of calming this creature.
Oh, well, I'll let you guys go.
I'm standing right next to it, but like Pride grew up with a cat, so she's doing like the slow blink that cats do to say like it's safe and whatever, and she sort of like gets low to the ground and like offers it the back of one hand. And she's also gonna ask, it is telling me that they hurt it and put it here against its own will. I don't know what language they might have used on it, but we could try talking to it in several languages and see if it responds to one.
Uranus, you suddenly get an image in your mind of the mother, this larger creature, kind of growling and thrashing while people are poking at it with sticks, like spears, and someone is clamping a iron around the leg. It just kind of flashes in your mind real quick.
Uranus starts to play like I don't know what kind of song would calm this thing, but like a very soothing melody. Kind of just watching it really to see if it attacks either of them, because then Uranus is going to kill it. But if it doesn't, we're all good.
Okay.
Just playing that song.
What are the rest of you doing?
So
I would say that Artemis would go next to Pry and just kind of crouch down, just kind of look non-intimidating and just be like, we mean you no harm, in like the driest voice ever.
Grokus is going to oh sorry, was anyone else going? Well, Grokus is going to walk up next to Peony towards a creature, and just say a prayer, just giving his apologies for what may have happened to it before, and just casting just a simple bless on it, just saying a prayer to enter, just that, knowing that, letting it know that we won't do what's been done to it before, that we're not dangerous like the other people that hurt you. So, and just stay next to Peony.
Okay.
I say that prayer and hand on her back.
Malachite, what are you doing?
Sorry, I was just trying to figure out if
He's
one of my spells
attacking.
would work, but I don't think it will. I'm just gonna like extinguish my spell that I had or was holding, and just kind of like put my hands up like this and kind of kneel down on its level and just try to put myself in a non-threatening position.
So with everybody assuming non-threatening positions and some of you offering treats or music to calm the situation or a blessing, Peony, if you could go ahead and roll one more check with advantage this time.
And with the bless, it's a D4. Well, no, I bless a creature. Well, I can bless 3 creatures. Yeah, so you can bless 2.
Yeah, I would say that the playing, you could grant Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, I can bless 3 creatures. So yeah, and a D4 after the D6.
So many dice.
30 something.
22.
22. Okay.
I think Peony will just come up and like slowly would like to do a little cure wounds onto baby.
Okay.
And just like pet and just she's okay. You are a baby.
All right. So with everybody taking a non-threatening position and some music being played, with Bardic Inspiration and help from Grokus, and Enor, yes. What was your total on your roll, Peony?
Which one? The animal handling? I think it was
Yes.
a 22.
22. Okay.
And for the cure wounds it was a 4.
Right. So you reach forward and it flinches and it almost snaps at you as you reach to touch. And you wait and then reach a little bit more and it lets you put a finger on it and you cast Cure Wounds and you see it shiver as the healing magic goes through it. And then it kind of just looks, and all of a sudden, Peony, you get an image in your head of its mother. It's all curled up with her, and there's like this big tongue that's just coming out and like cleaning the little Ediug, and it kind of like tenderly kind of comes over and kind of sits down in front of you.
Yes, I love you forever. I will begin petting this Odiug and scoop up the pastries, and she'll take a piece and eat it and be like, yummy, and then be like, here, eat. yeah, just like me.
Peony's hand missing.
Almost. Malachite, you suddenly hear a voice in your head, and it just says, Malachite, my boy, hope this is a good time. I haven't heard from you in a while. Let me know when you'll be home. Father.
And
What?
And you know you have the ability to reply.
All right. So he said, let me know when you'll be home.
Yep.
Sorry. Can you say that again?
Yeah, Malachite, my boy, hope this is a good time. Haven't heard from you in a while. Let me know when you'll be home. Father.
Hey, I gotta step away for a second. And I walk away. No, I'm not talking to him. I'm just saying that to the group.
Okay. Technically, the next words that come out of your mouth would be that, but I'll allow it just to kind of like,
okay. Well, I didn't know that personally.
Yeah,
I don't I don't have that spell. Malachite would know that. So then he doesn't say that. He just gets up and walks away. Let's see.
Do you know where Malachite's going? Does he just?
Yeah, Ray. He
just kind of.
Maybe he doesn't the baby.
Hey, Dad. Things are great. Had a slight delay. Met some new friends. Helping them out. Contact you soon.
Okay. You wait for a moment, and then you get another voice back in your head, and you just hear him say, interesting. Don't forget, we have more to do here at the observatory. Hope to hear your plans post-haste.
And I can respond to that
you could,
too,
yeah.
right? Because that would be a second. Yeah. Absolutely. I definitely plan on being back soon. Just have to help finish things up here.
Okay. And you don't get a further message.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the Odiug is now flopped over on its side, letting you give it belly scritches. And it's just, it is acting like a puppy, but a dangerous puppy. Those tentacles flop and they're like full of spikes. And like you've already taken like one to the thigh and like scratched you up real good. It's.
But we should make it mittens.
We can make it
Okay. And then we can just take them off when it needs to fight.
Yeah. Oh my god, yes! I love him.
If this thing was torture, maybe we should not make it fight. I mean, if it was just being torture, we're trying to save it, then why would we make it?
Well, because it still needs to defend itself. If it is going to follow us around like a puppy, like it seems like it might want to, we get ourselves into scrapes, so it might need to defend itself. I'm not saying that we send it in instead of ourselves. That would be awful.
It has started now going back over to the corpse and grabbing pieces of it
Oh,
and eating.
dude.
It brings over a chunk and drops it at your feet, Peony.
Gotta eat it.
Thank you.
Feels it if you eat it.
What do I
Like
have?
the phantom bite thing, like don't fake bite.
Yeah, Peony will fake bite the or I'll use prestidigitation to flavor up 1 cubic foot of non-living
Hey,
material.
does it make it non-poisonous or deadly?
And just
Why are you like this?
Do it. Yes.
What flavor do you make it?
like a pastry.
Okay. It's a steak. It's a raw steak that tastes like a pastry.
Uh-huh.
My favorite.
Yummy. Here's the rest. Yeah, who's a baby? Your name is now Odie. I love you because you're my stinky trash monster. Or ours.
And it is like, just for context, like it is like Rottweiler sized, and you're a halfling. Like it is as big, if not bigger than you. Even in
So
baby
can I
form.
mount and ride this Odieg?
Potentially. It's a weird thing where the tentacles come out the back, and
Mhm.
like there's not a great place to sit on it. It's not like a horseback type of thing.
Maybe not until she grows quite larger in size, perhaps.
Perhaps.
So, how much do we know about these creatures? We have encountered them a few times, and I feel like
Nothing.
now is the moment to have the pet owner's manual.
We don't know anything.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
another trip to the library.
Uh-huh.
Maybe Azur knows stuff about. Maybe Azur knows stuff about.
Azure
But
is going to
hunting-
want to kill this thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey!
She is going to want to kill it anyway.
She's a monster hunter. She's gonna want to kill the baby.
Well, she's just a baby.
Baby monster.
Don't be mean. Don't be mean around us. No one asked you for your just covering parts of something. There's no ear holes, I guess. So she's just putting her hands on Odie's head. And she's like, "Hello, Odie. You are now Odie. I would like to teach this baby the name."
You can try to train it. That's going to be a process. That's not
Yes,
going to happen right
I will
away.
I will stay here as long as it takes.
Oh God.
You know, I
Uranus walks away and
Yeah.
hand cones himself up the
Yeah.
cones himself up the shaft.
Groga says real quickly, just Beanie, what you did, that was beautiful. I mean, at first I wanted to just attack it, but you know, sometimes balance isn't always just destroying something. You can always try to change it in more in a better way. So that was beautiful. That was awesome.
This baby.
I guess I'm not the only person you saved recently then too, so I say that, then I turn around and kind of walk back up.
Wow.
All right. What are you all doing? You have now successfully at least familiarized yourself with this creature. It doesn't regard you as hostile, although it is nowhere near trained. So what's everyone's next steps?
Just gonna wet the floor.
Oh, it's already
Gosh,
done that.
darn it!
Yeah.
Like, none
Oh
of
my
I don't
God.
think we
none of the
care.
carpet.
We don't care about this floor.
Also, I have prestidigitation. Who cares? I clean it.
You use that spell
this
to
time
put
clean it.
poop on Alexio's carpet.
On the other one, yeah.
and now
but
you're going to
the
use the
last
clean poop in here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Or an Odieg as well. That's
Yeah.
the irony.
Well, we've had a long day.
Oh.
I assume it's the end of the day, right?
What if that one is also related to this one?
Oh. Maybe.
What do you-
We
I
have
got-
to liberate it.
Yes, we must liberate them. Liberate these stinky babies. I like this plan a lot more. And Elixia and the stinky guy did not tell us that we couldn't free the babies that are under his control. So maybe we just free them and then we have so many friends.
You hear echoing down the shaft. I'm gonna kill the big one.
We're honest. Wait, maybe we might not need to kill it. I mean, let's see. Obviously, if it's
Killing
past-
it. Echo, echo, echo.
I would like to spend whatever amount of time training Odie
that will
follow.
take days. That will not be a like I'm just gonna hang out here for a couple of hours.
Montage.
Spend here.
If at any point people want to montage a section of time, we don't have to necessarily go day by day. So that is always on the table. Just let me know. All right.
If Peony is going to do that, if at any point if Aranis comes across Pry, he'd love to ask her to train with him.
Oh, sure. I need to practice using this heavier sword anyway.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Well, this feels like a good place for a little montage. So,
Mhm.
how many days would you all like to eat up with a little bit of montage time here?
Maybe
40.
enough for the
Yes,
construct to get here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like
Is
the
that
next,
enough time
next
to
week
train
or so?
Odie?
Yeah.
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 Is that enough time to train
Well,
Odie?
yeah.
And
Oh, it's-
Malachi can be working on the gear and then like putting everything back together.
Perfect.
Grogus will be going around using his spells to help heal the downtrodden. So he'd go around like wanting to actually feeling like he's going to get his cleric duties. He stopped by a church to see what help he can do there. Then just go by the streets and helping anyone who's down their luck, who's hurting. Just give him a blessing and just letting him know that hey, someone's there and that and just doing the best I can to kind of help the people that need it around town. So
Excellent.
and stop by the church too, see if we can find out about vampirism if possible.
Okay. A lot of different things here. Some that'll have varying degrees of success. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to call it a night for tonight. But next time, we will start with kind of results of montage. So if everyone could just let me know over the next week what it is you want to do, and then we'll jump about a week in time to when Gull would potentially be arriving, and we'll also get the results of your week's tasks. But I think that's a natural stopping point for now. Well, you have yet another creature in your menagerie.
So many.
Yay!
What creature? Oh, I guess we do.
Now we can do another familiars one shot.
Oh, can someone play Odie? I was gonna say, like, who's gonna play it?
Odie. I love Odie. Her name is Odie now.
How do we know it's a her?
He knows,
Can we?
yeah.
I don't know. Their name is Odie now.
Be a hermaphrodite. Or a good bud.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
There you go. It's an aberration. Things could
Yeah,
could get
exactly.
different. Yes.
Their name
Um,
is Odie.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us and watching. We look forward to seeing you next time.